The room was tense. Pridgen sat there, his eyes darting nervously around. The detective leaned forward, his voice sharp.
And you being the last person to see her. Alright.
Yeah.
Kind of play a key role in this right
No,
now.
I understand.
Pridgen's face tightened, his hands fidgeted, but he stayed silent. The detective knew this was the perfect moment to push. He didn't back down, he pressed harder.
While you guys are riding around, you tell him that you killed Teresa.
It was a classic interrogation move, one rooted in cognitive dissonance theory. According to this psychological theory, people experience discomfort when their beliefs or actions contradict reality. Pridgen's story was falling apart, and he knew it. So what did he do? He defended himself, justifying his actions to maintain the narrative he had created in his mind. In doing so, however, he ended up revealing more than he realized.
Last half hour, a Jacksonville man who pled guilty to killing his ex-girlfriend and dumping her body in a pond near his home.
But the pertinent question is, who exactly is this man? And what happened to Teresa on September the 26th, 2021? Well, before we dive into the details, welcome back to my channel. I may not have many followers, but your single comment gives me a glimmer of hope. On September 26, 2021, 24-year-old Teresa Gorczyca was enjoying her time near a lake. Her peace was disturbed when she suddenly encountered her ex-boyfriend, Pridgen. Teresa asked him to leave her alone, but it became clear that something went terribly wrong. Days later, Teresa's body was discovered submerged under debris in a waterway. Pridgen started impersonating Teresa online, attempting to solicit money from her friends. His chilling confession to a friend eventually led to the unraveling of the dark truth behind her disappearance. So, the cops arrested Pridgen and brought him in for questioning.
Hey man, I'm Detective Lee. This is my partner, Detective Barnhart. Your name, is it North?
North Samuel Cole.
North Samuel Cole. What do you go by?
North.
Okay. What's your date of birth?
September 24th, 1993.
September 24th?
Yes, sir.
93. Oh, you just had a birthday, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. At your parents' house?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, North, it's my understanding is you came down here on your own free will to help us
Of course.
find Teresa, right?
Right.
Now, what's your relationship to her?
Boyfriend slash close friend slash just, you know.
The detective starts by asking simple, non-threatening questions. This helps establish rapport with Pan and creates a more comfortable atmosphere, where Pan feels like he's just having a casual conversation. The detective uses this to ease into the more intense parts of the interrogation.
Family, kind of.
All right, Cole, North, can you read and write?
Yes, very well.
All right, what's the highest level of education you have?
High school diploma.
High school? Where'd you go to high school?
Sandalwood.
Sandalwood. And are you currently under the influence of any drugs or alcohol?
Just marijuana, but it's pretty much faded away by now.
When was the last time you smoked some weed?
4 hours ago, roughly.
But no alcohol?
No, sir.
All right, cool. Do me a favor and read this. Hold on. Read this top line out loud for me that starts with you and ends in the Constitution. Read it out loud for me.
Okay. You have the following rights under the United States Constitution. You don't.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read you the rest of your rights, okay? And it doesn't say that you're in trouble. Like,
No, I know
I'm just
you-
trying to make this an official statement. You know,
Proving that you didn't force me to say
Exactly.
anything.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read you the rest of your rights, and after I read you each one, I'm going to ask you if you understand. And when I ask you if you understand, just answer yes or no for me out loud. Don't just nod your head.
Okay.
The detective starts with friendly and casual questions to make Pridgen feel comfortable, such as asking about his friend Mixon and other details of his day. By mirroring Pridgen's relaxed demeanor early on, the detective builds rapport and reduces resistance. This approach helps create an atmosphere where Pridgen feels like he's simply chatting, which can encourage him to let his guard down.
You don't have to make a statement or say anything. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. Anything You say it can be used against you in court, do you understand?
Yes.
You have right to talk to a lawyer for advice before you make a statement or before any questions are asked of you, and have the lawyer with you during any question, do you understand?
Yes.
If you do answer if you can't afford to hire an attorney, I'm sorry. If you can't afford to hire a lawyer, will be appointed for you before any questioning if you wish, you understand?
Yes.
If you do answer questions, you have to stop answering questions at any time and consult the lawyer, do you understand?
Yes.
All right, just do me a favor and sign that top line for me saying that I read your rights and that you understand. All right, so you said you and Teresa are boyfriend, girlfriend?
Yeah, I mean, we try not to label it.
Try not to label. How long have y'all been in this relationship?
About 2 months now.
About 2 months?
Mm-hmm. I've known her for quite a while though.
How long have you known her?
Since 2009.
Since 2009?
Yes, sir.
How'd y'all meet?
Well, we got to really know each other through a mutual friend about 1.5 years, 2 years ago.
How'd you meet her in 2009 though? Y'all just go to school together? Or?
No, I had a friend that knew her, so I knew of her, and so I didn't really like.
But you said about 1 year ago is when somebody kind of introduced y'all.
Right.
Okay. And who was that introduced y'all?
Roger.
Roger.
Mm-hmm.
And then you guys just kind of remained friends, and then
Yeah,
like,
good chemistry, you know.
and then so it's about, you said 2 months ago is when y'all started, I guess, dating, quote unquote, if you will.
Yeah.
So when was the last time you spoke to her?
I want to say between 1 and 2 o'clock, roughly, in the afternoon today, roughly.
On Sunday? Okay. And did you speak to her in person or over the phone?
In person.
In person? Okay. Where were you guys at? When you got
My house.
At your house on Williston?
Oh my God, yeah. She usually comes over every day, every other day.
And you said that was between 1 and 1:30?
Roughly.
The detective implies that Pan is doing a good thing by helping them search for Teresa. This kind of flattery can make the suspect feel important and valued, possibly encouraging him to share more.
You ordered the Lyft on your phone, your cell phone?
Yes, sir.
What's your number to that cell phone? What kind of phone is that?
iPhone 7 Plus.
iPhone 7 Plus?
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been using that phone?
Since the very beginning of the year.
Gotcha.
December 29th of 2020.
Okay.
Does Teresa have a phone?
She does not.
She does not?
No, I've been urging her to get a job, and I tell her I'll help you like with money, if that's the case, but I know better than to do everything for somebody, and I understand how that ends up playing out. So
How do you get a hold of her then if she doesn't have a phone?
she has a laptop on Facebook where she's on 24/7 while she's at the house. And she'll message me and we'll make a full plan, and she'll be like, okay, I'm on my way, or okay, I'm ready, stuff like that. And
Is that what you did today? Is you sent her a message
Yes.
on Facebook?
Mhm.
Did she bring that laptop with her to your house?
No, that's her father's laptop, and she always leaves it at home.
And that's the only method that you have of communicating with her?
She calls me off of her home line sometimes, because
Okay.
she still has one for some reason.
Okay. For her parents.
Yeah, but I've installed security systems, and they're about extinct nowadays.
So you said you last spoke to her between 1 and 1:30. So where did she go from there?
She was supposed to be going home.
Okay.
Yeah.
How was she supposed to get home?
She was walking home, I insisted on ordering another Lyft, but she's so humble, she feels bad, and she just really said, no, let me walk, we need to save money, this and that, so.
So she left your house and walked?
Yes, sir.
Is that typical for her to walk home from your house? Or?
No, not typical. She does walk home a lot, from Zach's home into Zach's home. That is the person she does her ice with. And the person who I try to, get her to, not be around so much, not do the ice so much with.
And who's Zach?
Zach Morgan is somebody who she believes is her cousin, who she admitted to me last night. It was then said, guess what? Zach finally admitted that he was my cousin. And it's someone she has sexual relationships with, so it's very tricky. She's a clinically insane person, if you will. She has bipolar, borderline personality, schizophrenia. You can name the list. Great person, great human, worth the time and energy and the investment, but those are the facts if that's what you're looking for.
The detective listens intently and seems empathetic to Pan's feelings, giving him a sense that he's being heard. However, this empathy is a strategy to make Pan feel more comfortable and to extract more information.
So she's known to do ice. Have you seen her do ice before? Did you do it with her? Okay.
I did it with her on a couple of times because I discouraged her from doing it so many times that I felt like a hypocrite. And I said, you know what? I'll do it so I know what it feels like for you. And then I did it. And I told her, hey, you don't need it. Or I don't want you on this stuff. It's a waste of money. And I mean, the high here is just kind of paranoid, if anything. And it explains why you kind of, tweak out and act a little paranoid at times.
Has she been that way with you, where she's acting all paranoid?
No, she's done it once or twice, but usually I'm able to hug her and calm her down, and she'll smile and realize that it's a threat.
Y'all didn't do any ice today?
Actually, not, sir.
Or I guess when y'all were hanging out earlier?
No, sir. No.
Just smoke some weed?
Mm.
And weed doesn't make her act any kind of way.
She actually tries to stay away from weed because she doesn't like the way it feels, and she didn't smoke any weed today. I smoked 1 or 2 hits. It's not a real big thing in my life anymore at this point.
Do you do anything besides weed?
No, sir.
You don't have a preference on it? You said ice is her thing. You don't have a...
No, I drink every now and then.
Just drinking and weed?
Yeah.
How many times did you do ice with her?
2 times.
Just 2 times? How recent was that?
If today is Monday, I would say last week, Tuesday and Wednesday.
With it?
So when Teresa left her house, she's walking.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the last time you spoke to her?
Mm-hmm. And usually her plan is to message me as soon as she gets home, so I know she's okay. She enjoys the walk. She walks from her house to the Dollar General by Huffman all the time. It's her thing.
Where does Zach live?
Okay, I have his address on my phone, and wanted you guys to stop by him and see if maybe she's with him. Is my thing. Have you been able to talk to him?
Zach Morgan. Cool.
Is that?
You have a phone number for him?
Nah, he refused to give me his phone number.
I'm not familiar with that side of town, so it's Minglewood close to your house?
Oh, yeah, it's close to my house. It's Brookview Elementary School on St. John, roughly around St. John's.
Early on, the detective tries to minimize the severity of the situation by suggesting Pan's role in the events isn't too serious. This tactic softens the psychological pressure, making Pan feel like he's not in as much trouble as he may think. It helps create a false sense of security.
So not too far from where I live, Sun Lakes area.
Would it be within walking distance
From
your house?
it'd be a good 4 miles that you wouldn't want to walk. Well, I wouldn't want to walk, but for her, she would do it. She had.
And when she left your house, she told you she was going home, or you just assumed she was going home?
Both.
She said she told you?
Yes, and I believed her.
What did you do after that?
I just went back and just turned my TV, turned my music up, and just relaxed.
You didn't go anywhere or hang out with anybody else?
Nope. No, I usually stay away from all of my other older friends and never replace them with Teresa. And I've put more of my time and energy into her. And try to see that flower blossom because I know it's blossoming. So,
Do you care for her a lot?
a lot. Otherwise, I would not be here unless I actually had to, you know?
Well, so how can you help us find her?
Okay, so you have Jack's information, his address. A good idea would be to start by asking him. There's I know she got hard, which is crack, I believe, right? From a guy named Hassan Ware. And I think she makes her do, you know, sexual things to get it. And I don't know if anything occurred between the two of them and escalated from there. Again, I'm just speculating and throwing things out there. I'm not accusing her, you know.
Did it upset you that you knew she was doing
Absolutely.
sexual things with that?
Absolutely. Not at all.
You weren't good with that?
No, but, you know, the thing is, what she taught me is to accept and love no matter what, you know, and to not hold any types of resentment or harbor. And the thing is, I've had a history of addiction issues, so I understand it. So it's
What are you addicted to?
I had a real problem with Xanax.
Xanax?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Throughout the interrogation, the detective uses silence and pauses, allowing the pressure to build. These moments of silence force Pan to fill the gap with more information, possibly revealing inconsistencies in his story.
It makes you a little, you know.
So your parents' house over there on Williston Drive, do you actually stay there, like, full-time? Like inside the house?
No, I've been staying on the patio for the past 2 months, and that's where she would come over and we would, you know, hang out, spend the day or the night.
Like, is there like a setup on the patio for you, like bed, like TV and all that
Yes,
stuff?
sir.
And were your parents home today, this afternoon, when Teresa was over there
Yeah, my mom was home in the morning.
in the morning?
When she,
So your mom saw Teresa, she talked to her.
I can't say for certain. I don't know because I don't know if mom came out there or not that morning. But she often does and says hi to Teresa. And maybe it's something you can talk to her and ask her to verify with her.
But your parents, they know Teresa.
Very well. Yeah.
They recognize her if they saw
We
her.
went to dinner together for our birthday a couple days ago to watch the Sunday game. Because her birthday was the 18th, mine's the 24th. Yeah, they love her, you know. I'm trying. I just, I don't know. I don't know how serious it is because I know she has a tendency to go out and go to the beach bars with, you know, Michaela, her friend, or Alexa, her friend, spend the night with some guy she met, and then not hit me up until the next day. So I don't know how serious it is, you know.
Is it common for her to go like long periods of time without getting in contact with you?
Long periods of times, meaning 2 days, yes. 4, no.
So 2 days is normal for her, like, you know.
1 or 2, yeah.
So we ghost you for a
3
little
or
bit.
4, and I'd feel some type of way.
Has that happened though? Like if y'all got to a bad argument or something?
No.
Yeah, it's always good again within a couple days.
No, because it's like amnesia. We're always good. We're always good.
You know, within a day or two, y'all are good again.
Always,
Forgive, forget.
you know.
So you said that you never left your house today after Teresa left, right? Did you go anywhere before Teresa came over to your house?
I went with the Lyft driver to go get her. I made the mistake of ordering the Lyft from my address to my address. I got in the Lyft, told the Lyft driver, he was really cool. He said, "It's okay, don't worry about it. I'll go grab her and bring her back."
The detective takes control of the narrative by repeatedly asking leading questions that guide Pan toward admitting guilt or providing more details. For example, when a detective presses about Teresa's disappearance, He directs Pan's focus on specific moments, like Teresa leaving his house and where she went afterward.
Okay.
So the Lyft driver came to your house first?
Right.
Inadvertently, you just...
Right.
And you didn't go anywhere else with anybody else today?
No, sir.
Okay. You didn't go any place with your friend Mickinson? Mick? You know Mick?
I know Mickinson.
Okay. You didn't go anywhere with him today?
Boy, I seen Mickinson today. I don't remember what it was, but I don't think I went anywhere in specific with him. I think I may have just seen him outside and just
Seeing him outside now?
driving by. Just told him, good friend, I love him. Stay up.
So he was just, you were just standing outside your house and he just come driving by?
Yeah, and that's happened before, so we usually catch up every time we see each other physically.
Where does he live?
I'm not exactly sure now. I know he moved out. I know he grew up in the neighborhood I lived in, though.
Okay. You remember about what time that was when you saw him?
No, I would say later on in the afternoon.
Before or after Teresa left?
After,
After Teresa left?
I would have to say.
And you said he was driving by? He wasn't like walking by or...
No, he was driving.
He was driving?
He was driving, yeah.
Who saw who first? Did you see him or did
He usually always sees me first. Yeah.
And did he just pull up to your house?
Yeah, it's usually how it works with them there.
He just pulled up? But you didn't get in his car?
I think I got in his car and we rode around just for a second and, just to talk, to chat, to make sure we were both doing okay. And then he let me out and I went, walked right back inside.
Did y'all do anything while you were driving around?
And just talk.
Just talking, so you didn't smoke weed?
No, sir. No.
Does he smoke weed?
I mean, I'd rather not put his business out there, but he smokes and drinks.
The detective strategically introduces inconsistencies in Pridgeon's story. For example, when Pridgeon says he saw Mixon but didn't mention getting in his car, the detective later brings up the fact that Pridgeon did get in the car and drive around with Mixon. This inconsistency increases Pridgeon's internal discomfort, cognitive dissonance, as he is now forced to reconcile his conflicting answers.
Smokes and drinks?
Right.
But y'all didn't smoke any weed?
No. He smokes and drinks in his free time. He makes music.
Would there be any reason why Mickinson would say that you did something to harm Teresa?
No? Did he?
I'm asking you.
No.
No? There's no reason for him to say that you did something to Teresa and then threw her in a lake?
What? No. No.
I'm asking you these questions, and...
No, sir.
because I asked you before if you had left your house, gone anywhere. You said no.
My house, right?
Yeah, your house.
Mm-hmm.
And then you said that Mickinson just kind of rolled by and you guys said what's up and that was it. That went from that to now you in his car, rolling, driving around.
Well,
So
I don't remember exactly the exact step by step how my day was because I don't,
well, the biggest thing here, North, is finding Teresa.
Absolutely.
The detective directly accuses Pan of being involved in Teresa's disappearance, which shifts the conversation to a more confrontational tone. Rather than subtly hinting at guilt, the detective challenges him head-on.
All right. And we brought you down here because, you want to help us find her. But at the same time, Mickinson is telling us that you guys are riding around. You said that you killed her and threw her in a lake.
No. I do not say that. I do not say that.
So you're saying he's a liar?
Yes, sir.
Why would he lie about that?
I have no clue.
I mean, could you have just said that to him in jest?
And you know, it's not funny.
Then where'd that shit come from, man?
Well, I'm really kind of pissed off right now.
What, are you pissed off at him?
Yes, sir.
Because you see how that looks, right?
Absolutely. It's my life. I'm the line if anything happens to Teresa.
Mr. Pridgeon, how'd you get all banged up, man? Your lead pen, you got scratches and red marks all over you.
I played basketball and it got a little rough. My ankle was sprained down.
Who'd you play basketball with?
A whole bunch of friends at Huffman.
Today?
Yes, sir.
So that's another place you went that you didn't say that you forgot about earlier?
Oh, if you would have asked me through what I did throughout my whole day, I would have gone through the whole day with you.
Y'all play some real basketball, man. I played ball basketball growing up too. I never got scratched up.
It was different.
Yeah.
It was different.
The detective directly accuses Pridgeon of being involved in the crime by bringing up Mixon's confession. This is a confrontational tactic designed to force Pridgeon to either admit guilt or continue with his denials. The detective wants to create a psychological shift from passive denial to active defense.
I'll ball hard.
And I haven't balled in a while too, so my body wasn't.
I played some basketball too. I ain't get scratched up like that. The only time I got scratched up like that is when I was trouncing through the woods.
I get what you're implying, but
What do you get why we're implying it? We didn't make it up, right? You know, somebody's saying this. And obviously somebody's very concerned about this young lady, as we are.
Yeah.
Right? So if something happened to her, be it by you or someone else, what's important thing we can do now is focus on working together and trying to find her, right? So,
absolutely. I'm here to do whatever I can to help.
All right, so where's she?
I do not know, sir.
I think you do know.
Okay, and I'm going to do whatever I can to help you, but I can't just make up a lie and tell you that I know where she's at when she doesn't.
well, what's Mickinson's background then? I mean, is there some reason why he would say this?
He's just an old friend of mine.
Has he ever been known to be an off-the-wall kind of guy with this kind of stuff? I mean,
Or is he gonna make some shit up about you?
I haven't really associated with Mickinson in the past year or so.
yeah, but he's just happened to be driving by today and y'all got in the car, we're chilling together, listening to music and talking, so I mean, what were y'all talking about?
Nothing, just life like we always do. He usually tells me about where he's at in life. I usually tell him about where I'm at in life, you know, stuff like that.
So where are you at in life?
It's been an up and down roller coaster for me. I was a medical assistant for the first 6 months of the week. With that, I started working at the Dollar Tree, applied at Best Bet, and now I'm waiting for that to go through.
The detective uses long pauses and silence at key moments. After Pridgeon denies things or provides vague answers, the detective allows the silence to linger, putting pressure on Pridgeon to speak or explain himself further.
Or why did you mention like Zach so specifically earlier? Because you said Teresa.
Because aside from me,
Right.
Zach is one of her really close friends.
Yeah, but okay. Well, you said she was known to hook up with lots of guys. I was just kind of wondering why you mentioned
Because
that, but-
honestly, like, if there were a guy 1 and 2, it would be us.
Okay.
That's why.
And you didn't like that, obviously.
I loved it. I loved that he cared for her, and I wanted him to help.
Right. But you didn't. You said you didn't like the fact that you knew she was basically going back between you and him as well, too.
I didn't like the fact that she was doing those things she was doing with, her body for those other things.
Okay. Because you didn't act like it was any big deal that you said she goes to the beaches and hooks up with other dudes and stuff. Right?
Yeah, no, and that's not a big deal. I just don't like her selling her body for,
But you feel like she cares for Zach, kind of like on the same level she cares for you? Okay.
And I encourage her to do so because he's a great guy and it's all look.
Did it make you feel jealous or anything, or just kind of feel like some type of way about that, like it wasn't?
No,
No?
maybe at first but then I started to understand the dynamic and I became more comfortable with it.
What was y'all's visit like today? Did Zach come up?
No. It was cool.
You don't have any argument at all about it?
No, just relaxed vibe, listening to music.
And the last you knew, she was just walking around from your house? You didn't walk her down in the street or anything like that?
I walk her towards the front of my house.
Just to the front of the house?
The detective repeatedly shifts the conversation to other potential suspects, such as Mixon or Teresa's other acquaintances. This tactic creates an illusion of a broader investigation and encourages Pridgen to think that the focus is shifting away from him, possibly allowing him to slip up or provide more useful information.
I think you're at her house together.
Hard to say. Closer to 12 maybe.
Closer to 12.
If I could write it perfectly for you, I would.
Was anybody home at her house when you got there?
Not to my knowledge, but there very well could have been.
Okay. But you didn't say hi to anybody at her house. You just
No.
Did you go inside to go get her, or
No.
you just went to the front door? Okay. So you get to her house. You get to the front door. You get with Teresa. You guys get back in the left car and go back to your house. You go directly to your house, or you stop anywhere else on the way?
We went straight home.
Straight home. So you get to your house, and then what?
And we just started doing what we're normally doing, just cuddling, listening to music, dancing.
And you guys are out on the lanai at your parents' house? Okay. So what time do you think you get back to your house with Teresa?
From the lift,
Okay.
it's really hard to tell.
I said, just ballpark it for me if you can.
I don't know, closer to 12.
Well, you said you were at her house closer to 12, so.
It's between 11, 12, and 1. When all of these.
The detective shifts the focus of the interrogation to finding Teresa. He consistently reminds Pridgen that the priority is to locate Teresa and make things right. This tactic appeals to Pridgen's potential guilt and sense of responsibility, especially since he claims to care about Teresa.
All right, so what do you do when you get home?
I go into my backyard and then I start reaching out to friends to see who I can possibly go and stay the night with, and it ended up being Kaz, who was receptive.
Okay. And where does Kaz stay?
In Mayport.
Mayport? And how did you get to Kaz's house?
My sister brought me.
Your sister took you there? You didn't ask Mickinson to stay with him?
I did, and he respectfully said he couldn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
He respectfully said he couldn't.
Yeah, and I understood that for sure.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. We talked to your parents. We've talked to Teresa's parents and her family. So obviously they're very concerned right now. And you being the last person to see her, all right,
Yeah.
you kind of play a key role in this fight.
No, I understand. And that's why
What makes it difficult though, North, is that, your buddy Mickinson, he calls us. He actually comes down here to the police station to tell us that while you guys are riding around, you tell them that you killed Teresa.
I just don't know where you got that from or why you said that.
I mean, I spoke to Mickinson myself, and he's not the type of person that's gonna make some shit up.
No, and I've known Mickinson for a while too, but that's definitely not what. I don't know. Maybe he took something out of context, or maybe
He said you told her that you strangled her and drowned her.
that's it.
So that's not taken. You can't really take that out of context.
No, sir. That's honestly, that's not even fair for me to hear, because that's not right. That's not. I would never do that. That's.
Well, North, let me ask you this then. What if we find Teresa and she's in the water and been strangled? Then what?
I'd be devastated.
That you'd be more than devastated at that point.
After somebody said that, that's exactly what you said you did to her.
I mean, did y'all get into a fight?
Yeah,
Was it an
there's-
accident, man?
Crazy shit happens sometimes, man, on emotion.
Throughout the interrogation, the detective downplays the severity of the crime, by framing it as something that can be fixed if Pridgen cooperates. He suggests that even if Pridgen did something bad, it can be worked out and the truth can set things right.
Love.
I mean, do you care about her at all?
I do, sir. Yes. Absolutely. I love her.
You love her?
Love her to death.
You love her to
You
death?
guys are scaring me now.
Well, we're trying to figure out what
There's a
happened.
young lady that's missing and no one knows where she is. Okay. And then there's another guy saying that you claimed to be responsible for that. So, obviously.
Your friend that you were riding around in the car with said that you told him you strangled and killed her.
Oh, I didn't do that. She knows I didn't do that.
Then where is she?
I'm not sure. But when she pops up, I'll be very relieved.
Is she gonna pop up?
Knowing her, yeah.
So where'd that story come from then? Why would you tell
I
us that?
have no clue why he said that. No clue.
Well, he's wondering why you said that.
I'll talk to him and I'll straighten it out with him, but I do not know why he would come up with something like that. But
Norris, the first time we caught, you left out the fact that you rode with a Lyft driver to the house to get Teresa. You left out the fact that you got in a car and drove around with Wickinson. And you left out the fact that you were able to report Baldwin. You said you stayed at home all day. All right.
well, I'm sorry about that. I wasn't sure about how important each detail was.
Well, we're talking less than 24 hours, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But this stuff had happened.
Okay. I can play you at it someday.
Well, here's the thing. I didn't know something so severe was like occurring. So
The first time we talked to you, that had only been like 12 hours since all that happened. You know, it wasn't like it had been a long time ago. So,
Hey, you said you got those scratches and shit on your arms and legs from playing basketball? Basketball?
yeah, no, we played rough out there. I fell a few times. Yeah.
The detective uses periods of silence after making a pointed accusation. After presenting the evidence, he allows the silence to hang, forcing Pridgen to fill the gap with more information. This technique increases pressure on Pridgen to speak, which often leads to him saying things that expose his guilt.
Yeah, I ain't buying that. I mean, did you, like I said, to me, those scratches on you, I'm looking at them right now, man, that's not from playing ball. That shit's from going through the woods. Did you take a shortcut through the woods or anything to get to the park?
No, sir. No, sir. I'm sorry if you don't believe me, but no, sir. Yeah, I would like to go now.
Well, stand by. Like I said, we gotta wait on your phone, and we're getting somebody to come and photograph your injuries from playing ball. All right.
The detective occasionally hints at less severe possibilities, suggesting that Pan's actions may not have been intentional or may have been done in a moment of panic. This tactic can cause Pan to justify his actions, reducing his guilt.
You got your phone. All right. Now, I know you said you wanted to go, but there's a couple of things in your phone that I kind of want to clarify. If you're okay with going over that and clarifying that with us.
Everything we can say. Okay.
So, when I asked you earlier if, how you and Mickinson got hooked up today, you said that it was just a chance encounter. Your phone.
Did we reach out? Did I reach out to him or something?
Well, you told me that it was
okay.
just a chance encounter, right?
That's the best I remember it.
Okay. Well,
And
at 5:50 p.m., you send him a message that says, "Pick me up ASAP." And he sends back, "Where are you at?" You said, "You're at Sutton Lakes." And he asks, "Are you in danger?" And you said, "Yes."
Okay. I just wanted his attention. I just wanted to talk to him. Okay.
You just wanted to talk to him?
Yeah.
You know what? It's 18 hours ago, man. You don't remember, like, that? I mean, that's it? You just wanted to get his attention? Why didn't you tell us that the first time? Like, you would have remembered that.
No, I honestly didn't. I honestly didn't remember reaching out to him in that manner.
From 18 hours ago, you don't remember texting somebody saying, help, like, basically, I'm in danger?
No, I'm sorry. I do not.
Well, how did you go from he was just riding down the street and he saw you to
Because those are the occurrences that happen often with me and Mickinson. So when I, recollected on it yesterday, that's why I assumed.
So it wouldn't be normal then for you to text him that. So why did you decide to do that?
But we have reached out to each other in the past, to check up on each other. One morning, you reached out to me and we talked for hours and hours. And
You guys rap together?
vented, kind of.
Kinda. Are you a rapper?
Yes, sir.
Spit some bars for me, man.
We can't do it now. My energy's a little bit draining.
Oh, come on, man. If you're a rapper, that shit just flowing, man. Come on.
The detective repeatedly forces Pridgeon to confront inconsistencies in his story. For example, when Pridgeon insists that he did not remember texting Mixon, the detective confronts him with evidence from his phone. This creates cognitive dissonance in Pridgeon. He's now faced with a contradiction between his words and the facts.
Well, like I said, we're trying to unearth every stud right now, looking for Teresa. Okay. Like I said, we're we've obviously talked to Mickinson, we talked to Zach.
Okay.
We've talked to her family, your family. Oh, by the way, I spoke to your mom, and she wanted to make sure that I let you know that it is abundantly clear that you are not welcome at their home.
Okay.
That's that lie.
Okay.
Why would that be?
Just over time, deterioration, fights, just it's hard to explain 20, years of life.
Just recap though, when you and Teresa, you said you guys were at your house, right, hanging out or something. Whenever you guys came back with the lift, right? And you guys were hanging out at your house. You said for about 2 to 3 hours, right?
Give or take.
Give or take. Okay. Did you guys have to pry, but did you guys have sex?
Yes, sir.
Seem kind of hesitant. Is that?
No, I'm just answering the question. It just ruined a little bit, but I mean it's a very special situation, so I understand the question.
Okay. So you did have sex?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Well, with that being said, then obviously, would you mind if we get your DNA then? Just because I want to, make sure that we get over, and then we can eliminate everything.
Yeah, right.
Everything like that. This is also showing just how, that you're cooperating. Your story's a little wishy-washy, but you're cooperating.
I'm trying my best to recall it.
The detective subtly brings in the idea that Pridgeon's actions are being corroborated by others, like Mixon's testimony. He lets Pridgeon know that Mixon has already shared incriminating information, thus creating a sense that Pridgeon's actions are not isolated. This shifts the psychological burden onto Pridgeon, making him feel like the truth is inevitable and that it's too late to lie.
Do you just have a hard time remembering shit, man?
Well, honestly, I didn't expect for the day to unfold and for, her to go missing, so I didn't, quick shot any certain memories. I just sort of went about it as another day. Now that everything's, being forced to the surface, it's a little difficult to recall it as accurate as you guys would wish me to.
Do you remember one more time what time she left your house? The best you can recall, because
I can't tell you an exact time, but
you said earlier like 2 to 3 hours after. Okay.
That's the best I can
And you said it was noon, 1 o'clock-ish, something like that when she got to your house?
Okay. Yeah. That's the best.
And she left by herself. You didn't walk her past your front door.
No. She walked out. She left. No, I walked her to the front door. That's usually what I walk around the back of the patio.
Do you guys argue at all?
So with Teresa, it's a little different. It's not really arguing. She'll have false memories that at first I would argue with, and then after I got to understand the type of person she was, I stopped arguing with it and sort of just.
What kind of false memories would she come up
So
with?
she would say that the government abducted her 5 children, and her 5 children were made in magic.
The detective appeals to Pridgeon's sense of guilt by focusing on Teresa's well-being. He constantly reminds Pridgeon that Teresa is missing and that the most important thing right now is to find her. This shifts the emotional focus, making Pridgen feel personally responsible for her disappearance.
But she's never had kids, though, right?
As far as to my knowledge.
As far as do me a favor, you can read that over. That's just you saying, giving us consent to get your DNA. Okay. And then just whenever you're done, just sign there. And then what I'm going to do, North, is I'm going to take some Q-tips. Okay. And I'm going to stick them in your mouth and get your DNA swabs.
Awesome.
Well, like I said, we went to Zach's house. She wasn't there. Have you ever walked with Teresa whenever she walks home? The kind of what path she takes?
No, but I walked to her house one time to see what it was like.
Well, a little way. Yeah. Is there any shortcuts through like woods or anything to get there?
No, as far as I know, you're pretty much on the street the entire time.
On the street the entire time? Okay.
Harris. Have you lived through that route though, from my house to her house, from Jack's house to her house, and
Yeah, we've done a lot of looking, you know.
oh, okay,
Yeah, we got the helicopter up there
okay,
looking.
very good.
So hopefully none of that's necessary, and then she pops up and says, "Hey, I've been here the whole time," right?
The detective subtly shifts the focus of the interrogation by asking Pridgen about unrelated details, like his communication with Mixon, his activities, or his relationships. This forces Pridgen to explain everything, making it harder for him to keep his story straight. The more he talks, the more opportunities arise for contradictions and inconsistencies in his account.
So I get into a fight or an argument today at all?
No,
Not in person, but like if you're like
no,
before y'all met up?
no.
What was she wearing? Do you remember? Yesterday when she came over?
I think like jeans and like a dark top.
Like spaghetti strap, like a t-shirt.
She does wear those a lot, but just I don't know, like black, blue shirt.
Maybe like just a regular, like it had some sleeves maybe, or
Yeah, I mean,
Does she vape?
yes, sir.
She vapes.
Yeah,
Was she wearing anything on her head, like a hat or a beanie or anything, or
I don't remember. She wears hats all the time.
she wears hats all the
I
time?
don't remember for sure.
you remember any of the hats that she wears? Or
She wears a bucket hat very often. That's her thing.
What about you? What were you wearing yesterday?
Just like a white t-shirt.
The clothes you got on?
Not the clothes I have on. I think it was a different white t-shirt and shorts.
When did you change clothes? Like this morning or like?
When I went to go play basketball.
Okay. Where are the clothes that you had on yesterday? Just at your parents' house or?
Yeah, I think I washed them. Yeah.
So the same clothes you have on now are the same ones you wore out to Kaz's place? You didn't change out there?
No, because I changed after I played basketball as well.
Okay. At your parents' house?
Yeah, in the back patio.
Before you went to?
Right.
What was that? Just another white t-shirt?
Yeah.
And like shorts or what?
Yeah, just
What about shoes?
the blueberries. Yeah, I wasn't able to bring them. I think I kind of got pulled out of Kaz's house a little too quick. I wish I would have put more clothes on, but yeah.
Oh, so you have shoes at Kaz's house? Blueberry?
Yes.
That's what you wore yesterday?
Throughout the interrogation, the detective shows moments of sympathy and understanding, particularly when Pridgen expresses his frustration or exhaustion. This makes Pridgen feel that the detective understands his emotional turmoil, which lowers his defenses and makes him more likely to open up.
Man, there's no spare. You ain't got no ankle support, man.
No, I know that, and I have high top shoes. I just forgot to grab them, so I just wanted to really adopt one.
And you said Terrell took you back home? What kind of car does Terrell have?
I'm not sure exactly. I don't pay attention to cars like that. I want to say like a gold Honda or something.
Gold Honda.
So, and just one more time, clarify, the clothes that you have on now are not the same clothes you had on when you were with Teresa yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay, where are those clothes? At your parents'?
I would have already washed them. Yeah.
Okay, at your parents' house?
Yeah.
But are they at Kaz's house now because your parents pretty much packed up all your stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or your clothes still may be in the washing machine or something at your parents' house?
It's something of that sort. I don't know exactly where those clothes are. If you want me to, I can.
Did you take a bunch of stuff to you when you went to Kaz's? Like, did you take all your belongings like you were moving to Kaz's? Okay. Did that include like a bag of clothing or suitcase? Okay. So as far as you know, any of your clothing or anything you have, shoes, clothing, should all be at Kaz's.
Right.
Okay. Do you have other shoes besides the Blue Sperry's?
Yeah, I have some black Nikes.
Okay. What, you were wearing Blue Sperry's when you went up to the park to play ball?
Right.
Like slam ball, basically. It looks like Why not wear the black Nikes then to ball?
No, that was the plan. But once I got on the court, I was just like, all right.
The detective uses silence strategically after key questions, letting the tension hang in the air. This forces Pridgeon to fill the silence by speaking, often revealing more than he intends. Additionally, the detective asks leading questions that guide Pridgeon to certain conclusions, making it easier for him to admit his guilt without directly accusing him.
So you went to go, knowing you were going to go play basketball at the park, you left your house with the Sperry's on, not with the Nikes?
All right, guys, what is this like?
Bro, your story got. Hey, look, man, your story's got a lot of holes. I mean, that's just being honest with you, you know.
Hey,
And you can't explain it.
Yeah, it's our job to.
Okay, I understand. I've tried everything I can with you guys. If there's anything else, more related to Teresa and helping her out, I would love to talk about
That's
it.
what we're trying to get to.
Yeah.
We're trying to get you to help us find Teresa.
Okay, no.
You're the last person that saw her.
Right. Okay. No, I
You're the
don't.
last person that
I don't understand why I didn't make sure that I wore the high top Nikes instead of the Sperry's, and it cost me my ankle, and and that's how we live and we learn. And
But you understand, we're gonna come at you.
no, I know.
Very careful because you're the last person that.
No,
when you
and
can-
I can respect that and totally
Okay.
understand
Right.
that. Yeah.
So, if you wonder, why? Well, there's a lot of things that you were inconsistent about. Okay, call it lying, call it inconsistent, label it whatever you want to label it. But the evidence is there that some of the stuff you told us when we started our conversation, right, is not true. It's just not true.
I'm sure that happens a lot with this type of situation.
Well, it does,
It's so hard to recall things.
Sometimes when there's weeks in between, it's hard, but not just a few hours, At the time we started talking to you this morning, there's only been like 12 hours in between this happening. And we started talking.
I'm sleep deprived now at this point. I've been kept in a room while I've been able to get sleep. It's been rough on me. If you guys want to do this again on another day, then maybe I can do it for you. But at this point, I'm done. I'm done.
Are you worried about Teresa? I mean, do you think there's legit something wrong with her, or you think she's just out there shacked up somewhere?
I'm praying that she's shacked up somewhere.
Because
What's your gut tell you? What's your heart tell you?
We spent 2 or 3 days pretty much stuck in some guy's house. He's a tattoo. He does tattoos. His name's BJ. We went over there one day with her and her friend to get a tattoo, right? And so I was like, okay, and I found it's like fun there to watch her get it.
At various points, the detective tries to make Pridgeon feel that he is simply a victim of the circumstances, encouraging him to view the situation as a series of mistakes rather than deliberate actions. By suggesting that Pridgeon may have just made poor decisions, the detective attempts to get him to rationalize his behavior and confess.
The tattoo. We ended up spending 3 days there because the tattoo artist was not comfortable doing the tattoo. He kept messing around, pulling drugs out, obviously trying to do things, obviously trying to pull Teresa towards his way, and it ended up going day after day. And on the third day, I honestly gave up, and I called my sister and told me, hey, just come pick me up, and that was that. So I do a lot for her, but I can only do so much, and so my gut tells me that she's grown a lot, and she still has quite a ways. So
What's your gut tell you? Is she alive?
yeah.
But when he pulled out her picture earlier, when he first showed it, you were grinning. I just thought that was odd, given the
No,
circumstances.
I was grinning because this is one of the pictures on my phone.
Okay. I mean, is there anything else?
All right, so
Yes, sir.
you're our last link, man. You're our last link to Teresa.
Okay. Well, can I get your phone numbers then?
Absolutely.
Where are you going from here?
Back to Mayport.
Okay.
Back to Kaz's.
Yes, sir.
What's his address?
I'll have to pull it up here for you. I don't have his actual address, but it's right behind the auto line.
Is it an apartment?
Yes, sir.
What apartment number is it?
The apartment number, I just know how to get to it and knock on the door. But the police last night were able to get there, so maybe they know exactly.
Well, here's my card.
Okay.
It's got my number on there.
I'm gonna put it in my phone because I'll lose the card. Your name is
Detective Lee.
Detective Lee.
You know who the next closest person is to Teresa beside you?
Zach is really close. Emily Brandon is really close to her.
Emily Branton.
Alexa, I don't remember her last name, but on Facebook you can find her.
The detective brings up Teresa's family, friends, and other significant relationships, implying that Pridgeon's role in her life makes him central to the investigation. This social pressure can make Pridgeon feel both the weight of his actions and the scrutiny from those close to Teresa.
Her brother, and then a list of guys that I do not know exactly how close she is with or not.
You said Zach. Her and Zach have like an intimate relationship, but they're cousins.
Very interesting, confusing stuff that you'd want to talk more about Zach with than you'd want to talk about me with. Because I've tried talking to Zach about it, and he just looked at me like, bro, I don't know, man.
Like, is he your cousin or?
Like she has memories and beliefs that are like would fall in line with someone who's like clinically insane, maybe.
Because Zach seems to care about her quite a bit as well.
I know. And I tell her all the time, like, he loves you so much, so that's why I'm not trying to, like, just pull you away from him.
So your gut's telling me that she's still alive?
Yes. Yes.
Well, I hope so.
I sure do, too, because that's the road.
Well, you said y'all never really go more than a day or two without talking, so
I guess we'll find
we're
out.
coming up on a day soon, so just let us know if she reaches out.
No, I definitely will.
Was does she like get angry when she gets upset, like violent, like she been physical with you before?
Not really. No.
Y'all never had any like actual physical? She get violent as far as like breaking things or hurt herself?
She cut herself, I think 5 or 6, 7 days ago because she was upset at her father.
Did she ever, because she didn't have a phone, did she ever use your phone and log into her Facebook account from your phone?
Yeah.
She did? So you know her Facebook login and all that stuff, or is it
No,
just
I don't know. No.
Well, all right, well, we're going to get you out of here. We're going to have the officer take you back to Mayport.
All right, good shit. I got your number.
We'll have them come
They're gonna come in.
When Pridgeon's story starts to crack, the detective skillfully shifts the conversation toward other aspects of the case, such as Pridgeon's emotional state, the details of his relationship with Teresa, and his past interactions with other people involved. This serves to distract Pridgeon from his guilt, buying time for the detective to gather more information or for Pridgeon to slip up.
Last half hour, a Jacksonville man who pled guilty to killing his ex-girlfriend and dumping her body in a pond near his home has learned his fate. North Pridgeon will spend 30 years in prison after pleading guilty to second-degree murder.
He was arrested in March of 2022, 6 months after the body of his girlfriend, 27-year-old Teresa Gorsica, was found in a pond in the Sutton Lakes subdivision of Sandalwood.
North Pridgeon was sentenced to 30 years in Florida State Prison for the murder of his girlfriend, Teresa Gorsica. In addition to the prison term, he was also sentenced to 10 years of probation. This sentencing followed his guilty plea to second-degree murder on February 6, 2023.
Yeah, Joy, the prosecutor in the courtroom here this morning said that was the maximum allowed under the plea agreement, which was approved by the family. Many family members also in court today, some of them giving extremely emotional testimony.
The 5 of us kids used to take group photos whenever we were together. I haven't prompted a photo with the 4 of us because it doesn't feel right. It feels incomplete.
Childhood memories.
Every birthday, every holiday, every celebration and life event.
To hopes for the future that will never come to be.
All of it will be tinged with sadness, wishing she was here.
Those are the voices of Teresa Gorsica's loved ones. They didn't want their faces shown. Gorsica was reported missing in September of 2021. A few days later, her body was found in a retention pond, bruised and hidden under brush and debris.
I hate that I often think about what her last moments were like, the fear that she must have felt. I think about how she might have struggled, what her last thoughts were.
Thursday, Gorsica's family faced her killer, North Pridgeon, in the courtroom for his sentencing hearing. It was a space where they could vent their grief and anger, and the court, the public, and her killer could bear witness to how losing her broke the lives of those who loved her.
The case involved disturbing details, including Pridgeon's confession to a friend, which led to the discovery of Gorsica's body under debris in a retention pond. Investigators also uncovered that Pridgeon had been impersonating Gorsica online to solicit money from her friends after her death.